Okay, so I can go live in two different places on YouTube? That's so strange. Yes, God family, bear with me. Thank you for confirming that you can hear me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Okay, I wonder if I said it right here. Okay, that's gonna have to just be good enough. Okay. And then can someone on Facebook confirm? Hold on, let me just open up a new browser and see if I can hear myself. See if I can hear. Okay. All right, cool. All right. Thank y'all for being so patient. So I want to talk to us because when I go live, I'm not just talking to who's watching the video. I'm talking to myself as well. Let me turn this off. And let me close that down, actually. So as we go through our day, right? If I were to say right now, let's think about a red apple, right? If I say, think of a red apple right now. You can picture a red apple, right? You can pull it up, you can pull the image of it up. You know, if I were to tell you, you know, how does it feel when you bite into it, right? You can feel that. So that is your mind's eye. That's not something that you actually have to put your hands on or touch or physically have in front of you for you to be able to see, all right? And so what I want to talk about is the fact that the same way that we can pull things up and experience them without actually having proof or actually having the matter in our hands, we are also experiencing all of the thoughts and all of the beliefs and all of the expectations that we have. So when we are walking through life feeling defeated, feeling depressed, feeling anxious, feeling worried, feeling concerned, we are actually creating those scenarios for ourselves. And, you know, I know it's difficult because we've basically been doing it our whole lives. And sometimes, you know, when someone says, well, all you got to do is affirm, it's not just affirmations, right? It's also removing the things that are cementing those limiting beliefs from you. So for me, one of the main things that I notice and realize that cements those things in my belief is content, whether it's the phone, whether it's television, whether it's movies, whether it's songs. The things that I'm listening to are imprinting me. And this is a story time, and I'm sure that a lot of people can relate to this, especially women, especially if you're an 80s baby like me. A lot of love songs from back in the day are so defeating, so defeating. The song "No Pain, No Gain." If you listen to the lyrics of that song, baby, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And so we have been conditioned and brainwashed pretty much for our whole lives to believe that these things are true, that this is how love goes, this is how life goes, this is how, you know, relationships go, this is how the story goes. And unfortunately, what happens is these things become our subconscious beliefs. And it may not be something that's right at the forefront of our mind, but we have these things kind of ruminating in the background of our mind telling us that, you know, this is the way it goes. Nothing ever works out. Everything always goes wrong. No matter what happens, something, without fail, something is going to come in and mess it up. Thank you. Thank you for confirming that. And so what I want to talk about is us actually having the audacity to believe that we are in control of what we see in our lives. We are in control of the experiences that we have. Now, that's not to say that life does not happen and there are things that are out of our control. However, it is to say that we are in control of the way that we perceive those things, and also we need to have the audacity to say, you know what? Even though life doesn't look the way I want it to right now, I know it's on its way. I know it's coming because I know that everything always works out for me. I know that everything in my life is perfect. I know that no matter what, everything that I do is going to be successful. No matter what I do or don't do, it's going to be successful. We have to start having the audacity to be as committed to the things that we want to see as we are committed to the things that we don't want to see, because it's very easy for us to complain. We can complain like that. We can, what's going on in your life? Usually if someone asks you what's going on in your life, your typical response is going to give a rundown of all of the things that are going wrong, all of the things that are not going the way you'd like. Basically, our typical response is to start complaining, is to start focusing on every negative thing, every negative circumstance, how this should be like this, how this could be better. And then we have the audacity to follow it up with, but not to complain or anything, but I'm still grateful though. And I want us to start having the audacity to only speak life over our situations, even if we don't see the physical evidence of that yet. Because believing is seeing, and we have been taught and programmed that seeing is believing. Well, I'll believe it when I see it. Well, once I see it, then I'll believe it. Instead of, you know what, I'm going to believe it until I see it. I'm not going to stop believing this until I see it. Because everything that we believe to be true is eventually proven to us. We're proven right no matter what. And because it's so easy for us, because our brain automatically reverts to what is going wrong and what is not going the way that we would prefer it to, we have a tendency to prove ourselves right in those things. But what if we had the audacity to say that everything is going perfectly, everything is working out? Good news is on its way to me. The money is on its way to me. The relationship is on its way to me. The materials are on its way to me. The car is on its way to me. The business is on its way to me. The house is on its way to me. The success is on its way to me. I can see it in my mind's eye. Instead of giving our attention to the things that we don't see, that we wish we would see, why don't we take the time to actually see those things in our mind's eye? I hope that I'm making sense and I'm not rambling because I feel like I'm rambling. But that's okay, because I know that who this message is meant for is going to touch them. Yes, God. So something I want to talk about is self-concept and the way that we view ourselves and how important that is for how we are perceived in the world. When we view ourselves, because the thing is, it doesn't matter specifically as much what's coming out of your mouth if it's not in alignment with actually what's going on in your mind and in your heart. So you can walk around with a lot of arrogance and a lot of confidence and a lot of, bravado about yourself. However, if that's not truly how you feel about yourself, how you feel about yourself is what's going to be evidenced by your life. So if you feel like things never work out for you, and that's your true belief, then that is what your reality is going to be. That is what your life is going to show you proof of. If you feel like no matter what, no matter how hard you work, you can't get ahead, that is going to be evidenced in your life. If you have the audacity to believe that, you know what, like I said, no matter what I do, no matter what I won't do, no matter what I don't do, it's going to be successful. No matter, what happens, I know it's going to be successful. I know it's all going to work out. No matter what I see in my bank account right now, I know that everything's going to be covered and I'm going to be taken care of. I know that miracles fall into my lap no matter what. I know that blessings find me. I know that there's opportunities around every corner. We have to start being intentional about turning those types of thoughts and those types of ideas into our self-talk. And it can be difficult because a lot of us deal with intrusive thoughts. And we have to have the audacity to overtake that in our mind. We have to have the audacity to say, you know what? You don't run this, I run this. I run the show. Everything works out, even if we don't necessarily feel it at first. Because initially, you might not feel it at first. You might be like, yeah, okay, everything's working out for you, then why does your life look like this? Why is it going like this? Why is this happening? Why did that happen? Why are all these things? And so your conscious is going to try and come in and prove you wrong when you start to have the audacity to believe something different for yourself. Yes, God. TikTok, I would love if y'all could show me some love. Give me some tibbity tap tap taps. I would love that. Yes, God. So again, the audacity to create, the audacity to speak to ourselves the way that we would want other people to speak about us if we weren't there, right? We would want other people to speak highly of us. We would want other people to exalt us. We would want other people to say what an amazing person we are, what a wonderful person we are, what a good person we are. So in order for that to happen, we have to start speaking that way about ourselves, to ourselves. We have to start telling ourselves, you know what, I love being super disciplined. I love doing what I say I'm going to do. I love having integrity. I love following through. I love being ahead of schedule. I love being on time. I love having gratitude no matter what. And actually start speaking these things to ourselves, because how we speak to ourselves again is how other people perceive us. You know, you can immediately, when you see someone, the thing is, as human beings, we're always judging people, right? When you see someone, you immediately make a snap judgment about them. And when you see someone, you can feel their confidence before they even open their mouth. You can tell by the way they walk. You can tell by the way that they present themselves. You can just feel it in their energy. And that confident person has a concept of a confident person, and that's what you're picking up on. Excuse me, the same way you can see someone who is depressed. You can see someone who doesn't feel that great about themselves. You can pick up on that energy from them. And so you're going to perceive a person based on how they feel about themselves, because they're projecting that out. And this is why it's important for us to be audacious about how we feel about ourselves, how we talk about ourselves, how we speak to ourselves in our inner conversation. Not allowing social media, not allowing the news, not allowing music, not allowing television shows to tell us that we're not good enough, to tell us that we don't measure up, to tell us that we're not successful because we don't have this amount of money and we don't have this and we don't have that. So, and this is what subconsciously it tells us. You know, you may not see anyone specifically saying that to you, but what you're seeing is the highlights of everyone else's life, and those things are making you feel like you're not where you need to be. And so those can make a person feel depressed. Those can make a person feel like they are in competition or in comparison with someone else. Just like right now, like I'm looking at these lives, right? I don't see any viewers on YouTube. I don't really see any viewers on Facebook. I have a couple viewers on Instagram and TikTok. I don't care. You know why? Because I know that what I have to share is valuable. I know that the people who need to hear this and the people whose lives will be transformed by this will eventually run into it. And that's fine. And it doesn't matter to me. I don't need the validation. I don't need the feedback of the 3D right now telling me that this is amazing content. I know it's amazing content. Why? Because I'm amazing. And I know that. And I know that I have a lot of value. And I know I have a lot of things to share. And so that is what comes across. And so just likewise to that, on the contrary, when we feel like we don't have a lot of value, we don't have things that are, important to share, no one really cares what we're talking about, that is going to come across. I want to make sure I'm not missing a comment over here on Facebook. Oh, I have a like. Thank you, Musa. So again, having the audacity to believe, because we get super committed to our limiting beliefs. We're so committed to our limiting beliefs. We marry those things. We form a lifelong bond with them, right? We decide something about life and we stick to it. Well, that happened to me, when this and that, so I'm not doing that ever again. Well, I got hurt when last time I was vulnerable and opened up my heart to somebody, so I'm not doing that again. Well, last time I tried to make an investment, I lost everything, so I'm not doing that again. We have the audacity to try to box life in as if we are not creators, as if God cannot perform miracles, as if God cannot come through and change things on the drop of a dime. We have the audacity to hold on to these limiting beliefs as if we're not divine. We're not divine beings. We don't have the power to create our reality. As if we don't have the power to change our perspective and see things in a way that empowers us versus disempowering us. Yes, God. And so, of course, For my ladies, one thing that I'm going to talk about is the power of stillness and the power of being meditative, the power of, again, removing distractions from ourselves and focusing on what matters, which is our inner self, which is our inner dialogue, which is our inner concept. And unfortunately, these things are very informed by our traumas. You know, the things that have happened to us that have hurt us, we feel like we're protecting ourselves by holding on to them and moving according to what we've already experienced. Well, because that happened once, I'm never going to do that again. Never going to do that again. And so we have all these rules and all these walls up and all these guards up about what we're never going to do again, what we're never going to be open to again. And we are blocking out so much potential, so many infinite possibilities from ourselves. Yay! Okay, so people are on Facebook. Hold on, because I can't see. Let me come over and make sure that I can see what is going on Facebook. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anyone's comments, if there are any comments. Hold on, let me go to my page. Amen. Okay. Amen. Thank you, Letitia. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you for your comment. Okay, so yeah, I couldn't see those before. So something that I love to do that has worked for me, let me give y'all story time. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all story time of how I started my business. And just to finish up my last thought, a beautiful way for women to be meditative and to go inside and to get in touch with what is their true divine nature is yoni steaming. Highly recommend yoni steaming. Go ahead and check out yesgodwellness.com. There's a free quiz there that will ask you some questions and recommend some blends and a steam regimen based on whatever it is you may be experiencing at this time. We have lots of success with fibroids, fertility, postpartum, menopause, BV, yeast, all types of feminine reproductive things. All right, but a story time that I want to talk about is when I was laid off from my job back in 2000. It was like December 30th, 2016. And I was devastated. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I don't have any money. Let me start. So I did, the normal course of action was I started applying for jobs. Like, let me go ahead and get something else lined up. Nothing was coming through. And so I felt scared. I was really, really scared. My back was against the wall. And that brought out something in me. It brought out this beast in me, this hustle in me. And I was like, okay, I got to make this shit work. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that I'm not just going to lay down and let life just, take over like this. I had the audacity to believe that I had the power to change my situation. And a lot of times, audacity means that we have to drop these ego and we have to drop this pride. We got to do whatever it takes. And that's the mode that I was in. I was in the mode of, okay, you know what? I don't know, something got to give, but I'm going to figure it out. And I started going on Craigslist and I started searching for free furniture. And I would get the furniture. I would bring it in my home, I would take pictures of it, I would stage it nicely, and then I would put it back on Craigslist and I would sell the furniture. And that was working for me. I was starting to, make profit. Like I remember this one really, really nice white leather couch. I went to go pick it up and she was giving it away for free, because the thing is that when people are giving away, especially couches, like big pieces of furniture, they just want it gone. They don't want to deal with transporting it. So they're like, just come take it. Just get it out of here. And I had a minivan, still have a minivan. And I was like, okay, bet. I'm about to come get y'all stuff. So I would be going out to all these wealthy people houses and picking up their furniture, picking up their things and going and selling it for a profit. And I actually really, really enjoyed that. And I happened to, so I was in this mode. So this is what I want to talk about, right? Because this is how my business started. Because at the time, I wasn't even thinking about yoni steaming as a business. I think maybe it was something that had crossed my mind, but I'm like, oh, how can that really be a business? Like, I don't really know about that. It seems kind of like, I don't know how that would even happen. But my self-concept at the time, I had the audacity to believe that I could survive. I had the audacity to believe that no matter what was happening, whether I got a job or whether I didn't get a job, that I was going to be okay and everything was going to work itself out. I had the audacity. Yes, that lioness. The lioness came out, baby. I was ready to protect my family. I was ready to protect my cubs, right? And so that fierceness came out of me, and that was a self-concept that was kind of forced onto me because of life happening, right? Something in my life, a negative, right? I thought it was negative at the time because I was losing my paychecks, right? And I was like, oh my God, at first it was like, oh my God, I went into victim mode, and which is normal because I was a victim of that circumstance. But I had a choice to make. Am I going to be a victim of this circumstance, or am I going to be a victor? And I decided my self-concept is that I am a victor. Even when my back is up against the wall, even when life looks crazy and I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent, I don't know how I'm going to keep these lights on, I don't know how I'm going to do any of this stuff, my concept of myself was that you're going to figure it out. You're going to figure this out. And because of that concept, in retrospect, now I realize this, because of that concept, I was placed in a situation where someone just randomly asked me and gave me the feedback that they wanted to do a yoni steam. Out of chaos comes order. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. So it was chaotic, and that chaos pushed me to a point of, okay, so what's going to happen? Like, there's got to be some other opportunities out here for me. And so this is the point that I want to say about this. The whole point of this video is the importance of audacity. The audacity to believe that I can take control of my circumstances. The audacity to believe that what happens, whatever circumstances happening in my life does not define me as a person, me as a spirit, me as an energetic divine being. This does not define me. And because I took on that energy and I took on that concept of myself, opportunities started just falling in my lap. One of those opportunities was someone asking and mentioning that she wanted to try yoni steaming. And because that was something that I was known for in my personal life, I did it, all the time. I shared it with my friends and my loved ones. My other friend was in the room and she said, "Oh yeah, Megan does that." And the girl said, "Oh, Megan, you do yoni steaming? Like, how much would you charge me to come do a yoni steam?" That's not something I planned for. That's not something, this wasn't a business that I said, "Oh, I got a business plan. I'm going to type it out and I'm going to go down to the bank and ask for money in it." No, this was me in hustle mode, me in lioness mode, me with the self-concept that I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know I'm about to figure this shit out mode. And because of that energy, because of that vibration that I was putting out into the universe said, "Okay, well, here goes something else. You can figure this out. Here, work with this." And here we are, 6-7 years later with a thriving business that continues to help women do the same thing, empower themselves, empower their self-concept, heal their womb space, embody Goddess consciousness, put their needs first. And this happened because of my self-concept. Now, had I been laid off from my job and I went down a rabbit hole of, "Oh, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to work. This is not," and just kind of stayed there, then this business would not be here right now. And so this is what I want to share, is that it's so important for us to have the audacity to believe that our thoughts and what we believe about our capabilities is bigger than our circumstances right now. I want us to have the audacity to believe that we can figure it the fuck out. I want us to have the audacity to believe that we are going to be in the right place at the right time and the right opportunity is going to come to us. I want us to have the audacity to believe that no matter what happens, I get a say-so. I am in control because my energy defines what I see in my life. If I believe that it's going to work out, it's going to work out. If I believe that opportunities come and seek me out and find me, they're going to do just that. If I believe that money loves to come to me and every dollar I spend comes back 1,000 times, then it's going to be just that. But we have to have the audacity to perceive beyond our current circumstances. Yes, God. Let me take a break and take a sip. Okay. So the first thing that is very important, let's see. Yes, thank you for this message. I say you're so welcome. Hey, girl. It's so good to see your face and your name. It's really, really crucial. It makes the difference between life and death. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. And if we want to continue to experience bad news, if we want to experience disappointment, if we want to continue to experience, failed expectations, we have to have the audacity, number one, first and foremost, to believe that we get to be the creators of our reality. Because this is an all or nothing thing. This is not, oh, well, I'm going to manifest. I know I'm good at manifesting parking spots. I know I'm good at manifesting free things, but when it comes to this thing, I could never do that. Like that is just too big. I couldn't do that. This is a lifestyle. You can't, this is not Burger King have it your way. I'm going to just go through the drive-through and have this Whopper my way. No. The reality is that we are always creating. We are always, always, always manifesting. We don't get to turn that off. We don't have the luxury of saying, you know what, I'm going to go into a depressive mode right now and I'm going to go into anxiety. And you know what, universe, don't listen to me right now. Don't listen to this because I'm just having a moment. We don't get that option. That is not an option for us. All right. It is always listening. It is always picking up whatever we are saying, just like Siri. Hey, so proud of you and happy for you. Thank you, boo. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I'm proud of you too, girl, and I'm happy for you too. So we don't get to turn that off. We don't get to just have it our way. We have to understand that we are always, always, always manifesting. The universe is always listening. All right. Circumstances are going to come and try and show us that we are not in control. We don't have as much power as we think we have. We have to persist beyond that because, again, everything that we have committed to believing has been proven true to us. If we believe that all men ain't shit, if we believe that all women ain't shit, right? If we have that deep core belief, guess what? That is going to be proven to us. We could have the perfect person right in front of our faces. But because our belief is that we are going to sabotage that. We are going to create that for ourselves. We are going to create that circumstance. If we believe that no matter what happens, no matter what we try, it's not going to be good enough, it's always going to fail, we are going to be proven right. And frankly, sometimes it feels like it's easier to be proven right in those things because that's the easy way out. The easy way out is to believe that nothing works and everything's going to go wrong and life is just full of suffering and disappointment and sadness. That's the easy way out. The more challenging but more empowering and way more fulfilling way is that I get to create whatever it is that I want. Whatever I believe comes to fruition, and even though it may be hard for me to change my thoughts, to change my beliefs, I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to pay attention to myself. I'm going to pay attention to the inner dialogue that's happening right now. And if I'm speaking crazy about life right now, guess what? I need to be aware of that, and I need to pivot, and I need to fix that. I need to, be mindful of what I'm saying. And I need to I need to be delusional. I need to have the audacity to lie to myself, right? I need to have the audacity to say everything in my life works out perfectly. What was that? I saw some balloons just come up on YouTube when I did that. I have to have the audacity to tell myself that I am the fucking best, that no one does it better than me. No one compares to me. Everyone wants to buy what I'm selling because no one does it better than me. No one's products are better than mine. No one's work is better than mine. No one looks better than me. No one is better than me. No one is more disciplined than me. No one has more integrity than me. No one is more talented than me. I am all that is. I am that I am. We have to take on this God and goddess consciousness about ourselves. Because who is better than God? Nobody. Who compares to God? Nobody. This is the identity that we have to start adopting about ourselves. We have to have the audacity to believe that we are God and that we create our reality. We have to do that. If we don't do that, we will have mixed results. Yes, God. Hey, boo. I would love for y'all to show me some love on TikTok. Tickety-tock-tock. So having the audacity to believe, having the audacity to not just believe, to know. That's the thing. There's a slight difference between believing and knowing. Knowing that I'm the best. Knowing that no one compares to me. Knowing that no one does it better than me. Knowing that everything works out perfectly in my favor. Knowing that I have the Midas touch. Knowing that whatever I touch turns to gold. Know that. Don't just believe it. Know it. Know it. Like actually start to tell yourself this so much that this becomes your identity. Again, we carry around so much trauma, we carry around a lot of guilt, and we allow those things to dictate how we see ourselves and how we feel about ourselves. And in turn, life mirrors that back to us. You got to know it, honey. Love this. Thank you, boo. Life mirrors back to us how we feel about ourselves, right? So just like if we literally go to a physical mirror and we look in the mirror and we want to see something different, right? I want to see a different body. Okay, that means, okay, I'm taking on the identity. I'm making this commitment to myself. I'm making a priority to make sure I'm eating right. I'm making a priority to make sure I'm moving my body every day. I'm investing in myself. Why? Because I am a goddess. Because goddesses love themselves. Goddesses respect themselves. Goddesses make choices that are in alignment with goddess behavior. The audacity to believe, know, and be. Yes, 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 yes. The audacity to believe, know, and be. Believe, know, and be. And also the audacity to reject. The audacity to reject anything that is not in alignment with who we have decided we are. If we decide that we're a god, if we decide that we are a goddess, and we have that consciousness about ourselves, we have to then reject any thought that tries to come and perpetrate and infiltrate that identity that we have chosen, that concept that we've chosen. Those little voices that tell us, oh, we're not good enough, nobody wants that, nobody's going to pay attention, nobody this, nobody that. We have to reject that. That's not true. You don't tell me, I tell you. And we have to have the audacity to overtake our consciousness, to overtake our mind. And yes, this means having a conversation with ourselves. We're already talking to ourselves all day long. We're literally already having conversations with ourselves all day long. Our mind is telling us shit all day long about who we are, who we aren't, what we're capable of. Yes, goddess. Yes, goddess. So again, one of the things that I do personally, and I would highly recommend that everyone do this, is when you first wake up in the morning, do not touch that motherfucking phone. Stop letting that phone be your distraction. Stop worshiping that idol, okay, of that phone. Stop worshiping the idol of your negative self-talk and putting it above you. No one is above you. You are a god. You are a goddess. You come first. What you say goes. What comes out of your mouth comes to fruition. What is done in the light comes to the dark. What is done in the dark comes to the light. The darkness is your consciousness. The darkness is your awareness. What am I being aware of? Am I aware that I'm the shit, that nobody compares to me, that nobody does it better than me, that I am the embodiment of love and perfection, that I am the embodiment of success? If that is my awareness, that is what will come to the light. If my awareness is that, oh, I'm fucking up, I did it again, I always do this, it never works out, men are this, women are that, do-do-do, boo-boo-boo, beep-boo-boo-boo-boo, then that is what's going to come to the light in our lives. Goddess, you're speaking. Thank you. My heart just received and expanded with yes, honey, the audacity to reject. And the main thing that we need to reject is the thoughts that are telling us that we are anything other than divine. anything other than perfect, anything other than worthy, anything other than enough. Reject those. That's not true. Nope. Nope. No, yes, I am. I'm amazing. I'm fantastic. I'm phenomenal. I'm perfect. Everything works out perfectly. Everything I touch turns to gold. Okay? I am the embodiment of brilliance, beauty, class, and intelligence. The fucking end. Rejection is a part of creation. We have to be willing to reject the things that are not in alignment with who we decided we are. The fucking end. This is who I am. That's it. And the main culprit that will try to come against you and tell you who you're not is your own mind. And this is what the book Outwitting the Devil is about. I don't know if anyone has read that book. I highly recommend it. It's free on YouTube. You can listen to it. Outwitting the Devil specifically talks about how the mind will try to infiltrate you and tell you all of these negative, self-defeating things about yourself. And the importance of rejecting that shit. No, I'm not. That's not true. Not true. Not true. I don't care what happened yesterday. I don't care what happened this morning. I don't care what's happening right now. I know that I am a goddess and everything always works out perfectly, and I just don't have all the pieces to the puzzle yet. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Sorry, I keep bending down. I'm trying to make sure that I see the comments over here on YouTube. So, with that being said, just like we have the audacity to believe all of the nonsense in our head, we have to switch and have the audacity to believe that there was life and death in the power of our tongue. And the power of the tongue is not necessarily the words that are coming out of our mouth, but they are the words specifically that are spoken to ourselves, about the world, about other people even. That is where the life and death lies. That is where heaven and hell lies. That is where sin lies. Are we sinning against ourselves by expecting negativity from life? Are we sinning against ourselves by expecting things to be catastrophic and devastational? That is a sin against ourselves because we are divine. Hey, baby. How was school? It does? I don't know why. We don't have any donuts. I heated up the fish and grits from last night. So, huh? No, she got sick. Her mommy called me. So we're probably going to try and see her on Sunday. Okay? Mommy's on live. I'm going to be off in just a minute, okay? Okay. With that being said, when you wake up in the morning, don't touch that phone. Go lay in that bed. Gratitude. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for another day. Thank you for another breath. Thank you for another opportunity to create. Thank you for this bed. Thank you for this home. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my mobility. Thank you for the job. Even if I hate the job, thank you for the job. Thank you for a way to earn money. Thank you for a way to pay my bills. Even if the bills you don't feel like the bills are going to be covered. Thank you, God, for giving me the new opportunities today. Thank you for giving the perspective and the mindset to be open to the new opportunities. Thank you for putting me in the right place at the right time. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you can't think of things to say thank you, just say thank you over and over again. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. Thank you for a garage that we don't have to go outside and be in the elements. Thank you for the clients that purchased today. Thank you for the coaching clients, God. Thank you for the electricity, God. Thank you for the stove. Thank you for the food. Thank you for the food stamps. Like, I don't care thank you for this shelter, God, that had space for me. Like, whatever your situation is, whatever your circumstance is, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. A gratitude is a magnet for miracles. Goddess energy smells like fresh cooked donuts. That's funny. Goddess energy smells like fresh cooked donuts. Exactly. Honey, she came in the door talking about it smells like donuts in here. Donuts where? Is it me? Am I the sweet smelling thing? Yes, God. Yeah, the gratitude and the audacity to reject. Audacity to reject those intrusive thoughts. The audacity to reject those negative beliefs. The audacity to reject the things that we were taught in childhood that are not true, that are not serving us, that continue to disappoint us. The audacity, having the audacity to say, no, you don't run this, I run this. And I am the best, and no one compares to me. And I am a top priority. The fucking end. And I am the embodiment of love, and I am the embodiment of perfection. And I am the embodiment of miracles. That's why only miracles happen to me. I am the embodiment of greatness. That's why only great news comes to me. Even if we get news that doesn't seem like it's great, you know what? I don't care. I reject it. Reject it. Reject it. Have the audacity to reject it. I don't believe it. You get an email, oh, you didn't get the job. I don't believe that. I know I got the perfect job for me. They'll come around. Something will happen with that candidate. They won't do it. Let me give you one more quick story time before I get off. Back in the day, there was this apartment that I wanted, right? This house that I saw that I wanted. And I drove by the house. I saw the for rent sign. I called the guy up, right? And I was like, hey, I'm really interested in this apartment. It's a perfect location. It's right near Lake Johnson, one of my favorite spots to go. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go next week, even though it's cold outside. Like, I don't care, I'm going. But anyways, I wanted this place, and the man told me, like, yeah, nah, somebody already rented it. We're going through the application process. I had the audacity to reject that shit. I was like, okay. In my mind, I was like, I made the decision, and that's the thing about manifestation. It is a decision. It is a concrete decision that this is what's happening, the fucking end. And so that's what I did with this place. And I was like, okay, fine. And what did I do? I persisted as if it was my place already. I drove by it every day. Every day I made sure when I'm going home, let me go drive by my place. Let me go check out my yard. Let me go see what my neighbors look like. Let me go, because I don't give a damn. I don't care what reality, what the 3D is telling me. I decided that this is my place and this is going to be my place. So I persisted. So I kept driving by the place. One time I drove by and I noticed there was this sign on the door, this neon sign, and the city had said something about you have trash, or you have this big stuff in front of your house that you need to move out of the way. I called up the landlord. Why? Because he's my landlord, because this is my place. And I was like, hey, I noticed there's a sign on the property that says this stuff needs to be moved. You need me to move it for you? Because in my mind, I'm like, this is my place. And he's like, no, he chuckled. Oh, no, you don't have to move it. I'll take care of it. Da, 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 da. It's my place though, so I don't really care what he's talking about. So, kept kind of keeping it in my mind. I knew what the inside of it looked like. I knew where it was. Kept driving by. This is my place, my place, my place, my place. When I tell y'all, that man called me, and he sounded shocked. He was like, hey, Megan, I don't know what happened with the other guy, but I haven't heard back from him. So, if you still want the place, it's yours. Abso-fucking-lutely, I still want the place. Yes, God, I absolutely do. And I persisted. I had the audacity to continue to believe that what was for me, and I had the power to control that situation. I had the power to create that situation. And that's exactly what happened. And so, now another perspective could be, well, that was just a coincidence. That just happened to happen because it happened. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It happened because I had the audacity to, number one, claim something and make a decision. That if you would have looked at the circumstances, seemed crazy, nigga, somebody's already moving into that house. It's not yours. Now, if I would have taken my attention off of it and just accepted that, okay, it's not mine, let me go look for something else. Okay, I'm just going to be disappointed and let it go. No, I did not let that shit go. I had the audacity to hold on tight. This is what I want. It's a perfect location. It's where I'm going to be. This is where I'm going to go. My children's school is going to be right here, da-da-da-da-da. I had the audacity to reject. And because I had that audacity to reject the 3D circumstance, I then was able to manifest it still happening. Even though he told me no, somebody else has got it. No, this is not available. You can't have it. So I want us to think about having the audacity to reject circumstances that way. I want us to have the audacity to reject our mental dialogue that's telling us that we're a failure, that we're not enough, that everybody leaves us, that nothing ever works out right, that everybody, whatever it is, whatever the negative belief or, proof or circumstance is, whether it's mental or whether it's physical in the world, I want us to have the audacity to reject that shit. Reject it and say, nope, it's already mine. I've already claimed it. No, I can't take that call right now. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you're saying. I already know the truth. The truth is that I'm successful. The truth is that everything I touch turns to gold. The truth is that I'm a goddess. The truth is that everything in my life is perfect. The truth is that everything always works out. The truth is that everything's going to be covered. The truth is that I'm going to be, satisfied. The truth is that I'm going to be fulfilled. The truth is that I'm going to be at peace. That is the truth. I get to decide what the truth is. Don't let life decide what your truth is. Don't let your negative monkey mind try to scare you and put fear into you to tell you what your truth is. You decide what your truth is. Step into your divinity. Step into your godhood. Have the audacity to step into your godhood. Powerful testimony. Thank you for sharing this. You're so welcome. And that's a true story. And I'm still cool with that dude to this day, Victor. That's my dude right there. Like, me and him was tight. And he'll tell you. He will tell you, like, yo, Megan would not let it go. Megan was basically stalking me about this house. And I was, because it was mine, because I decided that it was mine. Yes, God. So anyways, thank y'all so much for taking the time to give me some of your attention today. I hope this was helpful to you. Whether you're watching it live, whether you're going to see it later, know that I love you, know that I believe in you, know that everything is always working out for you. Have the audacity to reject whatever is telling you that you are not God and that you are not the creator of your reality. Have the audacity to reject that, okay? Have the audacity to believe that you are in control, that you get whatever you want, that no one compares to you, that nobody does it better than you. No one is more successful than you. No one, just have the audacity to really believe that you are top king shit. Have the audacity to believe that. And then have the audacity to reject any thought, any circumstance, any person, any post, any song, any show, any news, anything, any circumstance, any phone call, any text message that tries to tell you that you're not. Reject that shit. Reject it. Thank you so much. You're so appreciated. The work you are doing is appreciated and needed. Thank you, Goddess. Thank you so much. Thank you, Journey, for being here. I really appreciate your energy. You have always been such a beautiful, radiant light. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being a divine reflection of me. Keep going. Whatever you have in your goals, your desires, your dreams, you will have it. You can have it. You will have it. You already have it. Because the thing is, we have to give it to ourselves first in our mind's eye. Just like with the apartment, I saw it in my mind's eye. I saw myself there. I pictured myself going there every day. I went there every day. You see what I mean? I embodied it and I experienced it before it came to pass in the 3D. And that's the thing that we got to understand, is that what we experience internally, we will experience externally. So let's have the audacity to reject any experience that we're having internally that is not what we want to see in our lives. Yes, God. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I will talk to you soon. I hope you have a fantastic, amazing, perfect Friday weekend, long weekend. It's Martin Luther King Day on Monday. I hope that everything works out for you. Another tip, make sure that your space is organized and clean, because that will help to clear out your energy. That will give you a win. That will give you some self-respect. That will give you some confidence in yourself that you do what you say you're going to do. Start with the small things. Start with the things that are right in your immediate environment that you can control. Okay? I love y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Yes, baby. Huh? Oh, I'm still on YouTube. Bye, y'all.